Okay, I have a visitor. Look who came to see us. It's little Freya. Yeah. Okay, so are you ready? Because for real, all Hades is about to break loose, you guys. It's about to be a little crazy. Okay? So, in the notes, this is all of your like causes. Okay? Serbia, cause. Here we go. Whoa. All right. Yeah? Okay, so where we were at last time. Pictures, please. Remember this guy? Francis Ferdinand? I told you, I think, in the last video that was Franz Joseph's son. I think. I haven't watched the video back. I don't usually watch them back. But I'm pretty sure I told you that. And he's not. I don't remember. I could have looked it up. I didn't. I don't remember what the relationship is. They're like nephew or something. But they're not father, son. Sorry. Okay, so it doesn't really matter that much, but Francis Ferdinand was shot. Remember? Why? Well, Austria was planning on taking over Serbia, right? This nationalistic group, the Black Hand, said no, no, and so basically it was a terrorist assassination, right? And Ferdinand and his wife Sophie were shot, and Freya really wants my drink. Freya, do you want to go sit in the other chair? Excuse me for a moment. There you go, baby. Oh, there you go. She's so beautiful, you guys. Okay, so anyway, basically, it's not something that should cause a war. It's really just an assassination, a terrorist thing. But is it understandable that Austria declares war? Yeah. Yeah, totally. Um, at this point, Russia declares what? Serbia. It's okay. The Triple Entente has your back. Yeah, that's a problem. If you remember the way the formal alliances work, okay, we have the Triple Entente, which is Great Britain, France, Russia, and then we have the Triple Alliance, which is Germany, Austria, Italy. Do you notice something? If not, I'll point it out to you in a little bit. Hopefully you noticed. Okay, so here is where all Hades breaks loose. Russia says, yes, Serbia, we got your back. The whole Triple Entente is coming. And Serbia is like, yes, awesome, we're saved. Well, okay. Russia. The war with Austria and Serbia, boom, it has started up here on the northern, whatever that is. Okay. Okay. Russia does start sending troops this way to the Austrian border. Yes. One of the problems Russia has is its size. I mean, it's also a strength, yes, but one of the problems they have is its size. Guys, this right here is Moscow-ish. This up here is St. Petersburg-ish. Okay, the capital city is St. Petersburg, not Moscow at this point. Remember? Okay, so anyway, to get troops from here to here is like Austria going from one side of the country to the other. I mean, that is far. Yes, they're going to utilize railroad systems. All right. Yes, they're going to move quickly ish. But the problem that Russia has is they weren't really ready for a war. So they don't really have all their troops ready to go. It's going to take some time to actually mobilize their troops and get them there. Okie dokie. But they do start sending troops to Austria. Okay. Well, they decide just in case, to send some troops to the border of Germany. Is Germany in this war? Germany did not start World War I. Germany's going to make it 10 times worse than it needed to be. And again, you know I love Germany. But they kind of jumped the gun, and they're going to make it worse than it needs to be. Part of it, maybe, because they're family. Wait, what? Okay, look. Guys, the King of England at this point, I don't know, one of the Georges, okay? The King of Germany at this point, Kaiser Wilhelm II. And then you have the King of, Russia, Tsar Nicholas II. They're cousins. They all come from Queen Victoria. Like, they're all cousins. World War I is so sad because you have, like, that's what I mean. Like, by 1917, the King of England and the King of Germany are going, why are we fighting? Why? Well, because you, blah, 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 blah. I know, but I mean, so? Sorry, hold on. Look, this right here is Tsar Nicholas II and George the something. I don't know, King George the millionth or something, of England. They look like they could be brothers. So we have Russia and we have England. Kings. King of Russia, King of England. And they look like they could be brothers. They're cousins. And then you throw in Kaiser Wilhelm, the King of England. No, the King of Germany. Oh, I made it big. That's why I can't move it. There he is. Kaiser Wilhelm. Him, are you looking at him? Him, Kaiser Wilhelm, and these two guys. They're all cousins. Could Tsar Nicholas's choice to send troops to the German border be partially because he knows his cousin? Sometimes, like, we feel like family should be, I don't know, lovey all the time. But some of my biggest fights have been with my family, the people I love the most. I mean, it's not World War One, but maybe that's part of Tsar Nicholas's decision. Because, man, it's just a bad one. So he does send troops here, but he also sends some troops here. Kaiser Wilhelm of Germany is like, Russia, what you doing? We're not in this war. Russia's like, well, I know. It's just a precaution. Germany says, get your troops off our border. Well, I mean, they are on our side of the border. It's not like they're crossing the border. Yeah, but Tsar Nicholas, you're scaring our people. Get your troops off the border. Tsar Nicholas is like, dude, come on. This is just a precaution, just in case, okay? We're not trying to do anything. Germany says, okay, all right. We declare war on you. Wait, what? Huh? Exactly what Russia was trying to not have happen happened. Why did Tsar Nicholas put troops on the border? Well, it's easy to say a precaution. Maybe some of the family dynamics were playing into it. I don't know, you guys. Maybe he just assumed that at some point Austria was going to look at Germany and say, come on. Maybe he just assumed that. Regardless, Germany's in the war now. Russia says, ah, crap. Okay, I gotta move this. So just bear with me. I'm in this giant chair. And you know I'm a hobbit, right? My feet don't touch the ground. And it's just really uncomfortable. Okay, so we'll do this. Ein Moment bitte. Ein Moment. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we're all good. You know, for now. Okay, so at this point, now this is where things get crazy. Germany is at war with Russia. Okay, listen. Germany will never be at war with Serbia. Okay? Austria is at war with Serbia and Russia. One of the confusing things about World War I that makes it hard, I think, to understand and to teach, quite honestly, is the fact that everybody is not fighting everybody. I'm trying to think. England will never be at war with Austria, ever. They will have nothing to do with each other. What? It's weird because you declare war against one country. You don't just say, okay, I'm going in to fight everybody. That's not how it works. Okie dokie. So it is definitely weird. That being said, Germany declares war on Russia. Yes? Russia is already in the process of sending troops to Austria. Austria and Serbia are already starting to fight on this border. All right? Who am I missing? Oh, Russia. I was like, what the heck? There's somebody else. And Russia also is starting to send more troops to this border because, like, they know the German issue is going to be harder to deal with than the Austria fight. No offense to Austria. It just is. Okay. Russia starts trying to contact England and France because all you got to do is ask. And then they're supposed to come into the war. Well, England and France just aren't answering the phone. They don't want to be involved in this. England is like, what the heck? You guys are cousins. Seriously? England is like, we have nothing to do with this guy getting shot. I mean, it's sad, okay. Uh-uh. And then out of nowhere, Germany declares war on France. Wait, what? What? France is like, what? Why? Germany says, well, Russia was going to ask you guys for help. And if they asked, you would have had to come in. So we just went ahead and declared war now on you. France says, yeah, but they didn't ask us for help. Yeah, but see, we intercepted a ship up here, a ship that was going from Russia. The letter, and this letter said, hey, France. So if you had gotten the letter, you would have had to have get involved, right? So we just went ahead and did it now. France said, yeah, but we didn't get the letter. Jimmy said, yeah, but you would have gotten the letter. But we didn't. Okay. Is Germany jumping the gun? Yes. Yes. Now, one thing that you never really want when you're fighting a war is to be fighting on two fronts. The front in a war is the actual physical place where you are fighting. The northern front, the western front, the southern front, the, I don't know, Canadian front, wherever you're fighting, okay? That is the front. That's where the fighting's actually happening. Okay? So, you don't usually want to be caught with your military split. See, Russia is going to be fighting on an Austrian front and a German front. Okay? Right now, France is going to be fighting on a German front. Okay? Right here, Austria is fighting on a Serbian front and a Russian front. You don't typically want to be separated that way. That's not really the best way to do a war. You typically want your entire military fighting, because to be split just means you're in two different places at once. Okay? That being said, Germany, even though they are the superior military at this point, they also don't want to be split on two different fronts. And yes, I know, kids every year are like, well, they're the ones that did it. I know. But here's the thing Russia, oddly enough, is weaker than France. France is an absolute mess, right? We looked at French Revolution. Y'all, that was 1789. This is 100 years later, right? France is still not real stable, okay? There was a period, actually, I think it's the Great Depression time period, but there's a period where they go through like 40 governments in like 20 years. It's a little rough. So they're just not politically stable at this point. But Russia, they've got such a massive population that to get that military all the way over here to this German front, Kaiser Wilhelm, the Germans are like, okay, it's going to take them forever to actually be ready to fight. So we have an idea. It's actually not Kaiser Wilhelm that does it. It's General Schlieffen. This is called the Schlieffen Plan. The Schlieffen Plan. Okay. Here's what the Schlieffen Plan says. We are not going to separate the German military if we don't have to. France is smaller. All we got to do is get Paris. Paris is easier for us to get to than St. Petersburg. Let's do France first. There's two main railroads. Now, there's a whole bunch, okay? But there's two main railroads that are a direct shot from Berlin, Germany, to Paris, France. Okay? There's a more direct, a shorter path right here, okay, in the south. And then there's a little bit of a scenic route in the north. Okay, it comes up north. Okay, okay. Here's the plan. Germany is going to evacuate the cities on the far eastern side. Okay, evacuate these cities. The cities obviously will still be there, but people won't. All right. Then what they're going to do. Then what they're going to do. The plan, okay, so we evacuate these cities, yes. Then we send the entire military on the railroad here. Speed matters. Gotta go fast. If we get slowed down, the entire Schlieffen Plan, it's gone. This is a great plan, but it's not gonna work. Aren't I terrible with y'all as spoilers? Okay, the plan is we're gonna race our troops. Bam! Nail Paris. Then we'll go back across on the railroads and get to Russia. Hopefully, right about the time that Russia's military is here and actually ready to fight. If not, if they do get slowed down a little bit and Russia does go ahead and invade right here, it's okay. because the cities will be destroyed. Okay, the farmland will be destroyed. Okay, but the people have been moved inland, so it's okay. If Russia does go ahead and invade, it's all right. We can push them back later. Do you get the plan? The Schlieffen plan. We're going to use the railroads and race this way. Nail Paris, leave a few guys here, get back on the railroad, and go back to meet the Russians. Guys, there's more to the plan. The Germans start loading. Sorry. The Germans start loading the railway cars, okay? And then the railroad goes. Choo-choo, right? They're not overly secretive about it. British intelligence says, France, they're coming to Paris on this railroad. Get all your troops here and meet them. France is like, oh, thank you guys so much. By the way, why aren't you in this war? The military gets right here. They're all right here, ready to go. That's what Germany wanted them to believe. Most of the German troops aren't on the Southern Railroad. Most of the actual troops are on the Northern Railroad. Yes, it's going to take a couple days too long, or not too long, a couple days extra, okay? But here's the rest of the Schlieffen plan. We put supplies here. The French are going to think that the supplies, the train with the supplies, it's us. So they're going to put the whole military here, which is exactly what they did. However, we will actually be on this one and we'll attack them from behind. Then when we take over France, we'll push through the French, get on the railroad here, just turn it around and take the supplies back this way. That way we don't have to stop and reload supplies. That is so smart. Brilliant plan, honestly. It's just a problem. Darn it. I told you when we talked about Napoleon Bonaparte, you cannot go through one country to get to another without asking. The Schlieffen plan, I'm sorry I'm coughing, you guys. I must have caught the Rona. Not really. Okay. Oh, it's a, okay. Okay. I have enough curl in my hair. Sometimes I have these weird little hoops that just stick out. See? Like that. Okay, there we go. I told you when we talked about Napoleon Bonaparte. Man, I'm sorry. I'm dying. Hold on. Oh, man. I was going to pause it, but I can't. Hold on, let me just cough for a minute. Okay, so anyway, you cannot go through one country to get to another country without asking. The Schlieffen plan requires speed. They cannot stop. They cannot stop and say, Belgium, this is Belgium. Is it okay if we get on the railroad and like go through your country to attack your neighbor, France? The Belgians aren't going to be really okay with that. Germany's thinking, okay, we're using the railroads. We're not marching through their country. We're using the railroads. We're not even touching their country. So they just go through the country. Well, again, British intelligence finds out oh crap, they're not down here. They're down here. I mean, they're up here. The way they find out is because whenever the railroad goes into right here, goes into Belgium, they're like, stop. So Germany, you're now at war with France. What's this railroad doing going through? We're gonna have to look at it. Sorry, you guys. Germany says, well, I mean, it just has our whole military, no big deal. Just, 3 whatever million. It's okay. Belgium says no. Germany says we don't have time to deal with this crap. We are taking you over. And Belgium no longer exists. Belgium's now Germany. They continue getting on here. British intelligence says, oh crap, the Germans are up here. France, move. And France says, England, we're asking you for help. England says, we did help you. We told you where they are. And then Belgium. Belgium says, England, jerks. You're the only country that is strong enough to actually deal with Germany. You didn't help when Russia was asking. You didn't start helping when France was asking. And now we no longer exist. And aren't we allies? Jerks. Okay, the alliance that Belgium and England has, it's not the same as a formal alliance. It's more of a trade alliance, okay? It's not a formal, we will go to war for you alliance. But so many countries, Russia, France, now Belgium, they're putting all this pressure on England, and England's like, okay, cousin, we declare war on you. Okay, listen. If England had not gotten in this war, this probably would have stayed just being a European war. See, look. Now, you're looking at the British Empire. The stuff in red is the British Empire. As soon as England goes to war, so does Ireland, so does Scotland, so does Canada. We're going to have Canadian troops coming over. So does India. Indian troops are sent. Most of the African areas, you're going to have colonies fighting colonies. Okay, you're going to have like the German colonies fighting the British colonies, that kind of thing. You're not going to have a lot of African troops sent up here, although there will be some, but most of it is colonies fighting each other. Okay, you're going to have Australian troops, New Zealand troops. Now think about this. England declares war. I don't know if I put it in here. It's like September or something. No, I didn't put it. Great Britain, all I said was Great Britain declared war. I don't remember the actual month, but it takes England, like they declare war in like September or something, I think. And it takes England like 7 months. Or is this World War II, I'm thinking? No, scratch that. That was erasing. I was thinking about World War II. Never mind. But it is going to take a few months to get troops from Australia ready to go. Not 7 months. That's World War II because of the Great Depression. We'll get there. But it's going to be an issue for troops to be mobilized. Okay. Honestly, what's his name? Kaiser Wilhelm, Germany. He's not overly concerned that England has come into this war because it's going to take him a while to really be ready. Now, again, guys, the British troops that are right here, can come immediately and help France, and they do. But the other troops, it's going to take a while. All right. Unfortunately, that's going to throw the Schlieffen plan in the trash. Because what ends up happening is a lot of the French troops move up here quickly as this choo-choo is choo-choo on its way. Okay. They move up here. All right. Some of the British come down, and we have our first battle of World War I. It's called the First Battle of the Marne River. Okay. It's right up here somewhere. The Germans will go ahead and split their military. They're going to have to. They will send some men down here to this southern, whatever this is, Southern Railroad, where all their supplies are. Okay. And they will turn around and take it back. But they do get slowed down. Part of the reason they get slowed down is because of the way that they're going to hunker down and fight this first battle of the Marne. They're going to dig holes in the ground. A big hole. Yeah. And then they connect all these holes into a trench. Trench warfare. It's one of your vocab words. Okay. All the crazy drama that I just talked about is right here. I know, you're like, seriously? Look, Russia looked to France for help. So Germany declared war on France first. They planned to race west to defeat them and then race east to defeat Russia before they could mobilize. That's the Schlieffen plan. Germany marched through Belgium, who was a British ally, so England declared war on Germany. All that in that one little section. And then we have something weird happen. Well, this makes it kind of confusing to kids too. Because you know our alliances, the Triple Entente and the Triple Alliance, yeah, they're gonna kind of get all jacked up. We're about to have some new countries involved. Which one did I do first? Okay. Did I do another? Okay, this is what I was hoping for. Okay, so the triple, which one was first? I already forgot. Triple Alliance. So the Triple Alliance is the alliance that consisted of Germany, they were the big dogs, Austria, and Italy. Italy? And then the other alliance was the Triple Entente, and it consisted of the big dogs, Great Britain, France, and Russia. Okay? Do you notice something? Italy's going to switch. Can you do that? Well, they did. They did. They switch alliances. There's a whole bunch of like, what is it? Political drama playing along, but they do switch alliances. Hold on. Sorry. My dog was not comfortable laying on all my folders. Okay, so they are going to switch alliances, and they are now going to fight with England and France. Okay? Oh, crap. Germany and Austria have no chance. Well, Bulgaria and the Ottoman Empire get involved on their side. Well, Romania and all this and what? Get involved on their side. These are what are these? Colonies. You're looking at French and English colonies in Africa. What the heck? Okay. Switzerland is not going to be involved at all. Spain will send some supplies around, but they're not involved. Okay? Here's basically what happens. Bulgaria finds out about the deal that Serbia made with Russia. Do you remember? Where Serbia said, look, we'll attack on this side, yeah, if you'll help us. Bulgaria's like, oh, heck no. So Bulgaria will side with Germany, okay, because they're like, It's weird because it's like every country is getting involved for their own, I don't know, self preservation, for their own reasons, which I get. But again, there's not one big bad guy. And this is so weird. England has declared war on Germany. So England and Germany are at war. Okay. France and Germany are at war. France is not ever going to be at war with Austria or Bulgaria or the Ottoman Empire. Neither will England. Okay. Russia is at war with Germany and Austria. Oh. The Ottoman Empire declares war. They say, hey, Germany wants some help. Kaiser Wilhelm's like, nah, we're good. We got this. Yeah, but we could attack from the south. And then that would split the Russian military, oh my gosh, in three ways. They'd be fighting you, they'd be fighting Austria, and they would also be fighting us. They have a big population. Germany says, okay, what do you want? Like what is in it for you? Well, we would like this piece of Russia so that we can control the Black Sea. Germany says, all right, when we win, done. Bulgaria says, hey, we just want to stay independent. That's what we want. These countries are fighting for their independence and to not be taken over by Ottoman Empire again. Okay. And this is weird because the Ottoman Empire is going to declare war on Russia and Italy and Greece. They're kind of trying to get some of their old land back. Okay. Italy declares war on Austria. They're also going to send some troops up here to help France with Germany. Okay. And then they also are fighting with the Ottoman Empire, mostly naval battles. Okay. Is this a holy mess? Did I miss anybody? I mean, Portugal is up here. So yeah, this is crazy. What's the point? I spend a lot more time on the causes of World War One than a lot of teachers. I'm not knocking them. That's fine. I just think it's a lot more complicated than, some heir to the Austrian throne got shot. Well, it's not that I think it. It is more complicated. Every country is looking at themselves, which they should be. I get that. I'm not knocking it. But it's not just that they care so much that Francis Ferdinand was shot. I mean, okay. Everybody's fighting for a different reason. And again, like the big countries that are in some trouble, Russia, because Russia is split, fighting Germany and Austria and the Ottoman Empire. Austria is a little bit in trouble. They are fighting Russia over here, okay, Romania, Serbia, and Italy. Okay, listen, I'm not knocking these countries. None of those countries are overly powerful. Austria could have defeated any of those countries quickly, one on one. But Austria's military is split one, two, three, four ways. I don't know how much they had in Montenegro. I don't know how much troops, but they're definitely split four ways. That's a problem. That's hard. Germany, it's easy to look at Germany and go, oh, they got a problem too, because they're fighting Russia over here. They're fighting Belgium and France over here, and England can attack from the north as well. But Germany's kind of okay at first. You're like, no, Germany lost. Are you sure? Because the last time I checked, an armistice wasn't a loss. What? Miss, you mean Germany didn't lose? Well, it's not that simple. It's not that cut and dry. It's an armistice. It's not a surrender. You're like, what's the difference? It's one of your vocab words. Look it up. In fact, it'll be one of your quiz words. If we're fighting, if we're playing a football game or a soccer game or a baseball game, and it's 2-2, the other side lost, we won. No, it's 2-2. Yeah, they lost, we won. No, it's 2-2. 2 points, 2 points. It's not a win, it's not a lose. That's what an armistice is, basically. You just look at each other and say, okay, we're done. Put down your weapons, I'll put down mine, we'll go home. Who won? Nobody, we both stopped. Yeah. Yeah, but who won? Sometimes a tie to some of you guys is worse than a loss. Ouch. What a mess we have. And again, why? Why? So we have these new alliances now. Yeah? We have these new alliances. We have all this switching going on. We can't call it the triple entente or the triple alliance anymore. So the triple alliance, which used to be Germany, Austria, and Italy, is now Germany, Austria, Bulgaria, and the Ottoman Empire. They have a new name. It's not the Triple Alliance anymore. It is now the Central Powers. Look at this picture. I don't have two things. I can't. But if you look at this picture and kind of turn it, they're in the center diagonally. You have basically Russia and Romania on one side, and then you have everybody else on the other side. The Central Powers are in the central, or I'm sorry, they're in the center. Okay. Then the Triple Entente, which used to be Great Britain, France, Russia. Well, yeah, there's not 3 of them anymore. It's a whole crap load of stuff now. It's Great Britain, France, Portugal. What is this? Italy, Serbia, Romania, Montenegro, Greece, Russia. Oh, yeah. And Japan? Wait, what? What the heck? This fan. Wait. Japan. Japan cares that some guy got shot in Europe, you guys. No, they don't. Guys, everybody's in it for themselves, which is fair. I'm not knocking them. But this is so weird. Okay, look. World War I is happening here. Japan is over here. You're like, well, yeah, but miss, it's because they're really close to Russia, and so they're trying to keep their alliance with Russia. There's a crapload of islands in here. Japan is just like everybody else. Guys, they want to build a big empire, but see, there's a problem. Japan can't take over Russia. They're not gonna take over China yet. Most of the islands in here are British or French or German or US. They can't get any land over here. There's no land for them to take. So they make a deal with England. They say, hey, England, you know, our population isn't like huge, and we know we can't do like a lot, but here's the thing. We could send some troops hitching a ride, right? With, what is this, Australian and New Zealand troops, and we could come and help you guys. I mean, a few more bodies against the Germans, I mean, that's good, right? England says, okay. What do you want out of it? I'm glad you asked, because England, you guys have a crap load of these islands here in the Pacific. And there's a whole bunch of them that just have a British flag stuck in it and nobody's living there. You got a flag there, but there's no people. We just want some of those islands. That's it. We're not asking for a lot. We want islands that you don't even have people on. England says, done. That's why Japan gets involved. Okay. They want some of these islands that England has a flag in, but they haven't done anything with it yet. Okie dokie. So Japan also is going to get involved on the side of the Allies. The Triple Entente is now called, the Allies or the Allied Powers. Oh, my Freya is so beautiful. Okay. What about America? Yeah, we're not involved yet. We're not even here yet. This war starts in 1914. We won't get involved until 1917. So we're not involved. And a lot of these countries, I would have to look up dates. I don't remember all of it, guys. But a lot of these countries that did get involved, okay, especially some of these down at Portugal, but especially some of these down here, they didn't get involved either in 1914. I mean, some of them were later, 1915, 16, whatever, 17. Okay, some of them at the end, 1918. But they get involved, some of them later. Everybody, it's not like 1914 and everybody just joins. It's kind of like dominoes. Everybody joins later. Okay, we have all these new weapons. We'll look at them next.